I'll wait. There you go. Jesus Christ. Hey my dudes, Drunk the Bro here. Welcome back to another excuse for me to yap about history. Today we're doing historically accurate Viking. Well, as accurate as it can be. It was actually kind of difficult, but let's talk about it. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a historical Viking? Some people think it's like a standing military soldier type thing. No. First and foremost, a Viking was a farmer. Yeah, Vikings were essentially Scandinavian men that were mostly just regular people, farmers, smiths, laborers of some kind. And every once in a while, people in Scandinavia, they would get on a boat and they would go raiding. When they did this raiding, they would call it going on a Viking. I guess that's the best approximation. Viking is actually an action, but people call them Vikings anyway, even though that's technically incorrect. Now, these were generally pretty impoverished people. In the time period where Vikings existed, from the 800s to about 1066, the technology wasn't that great. So add in the fact that Vikings didn't have a lot of money, and also just the technology was kind of shit. This is about the best you get when it comes to Vikings. The most wealthy, high class Huskarl would have something like this. Chainmail, all the rage. Nasal helmet, all the rage. An axe or a spear is standard. There was big old Dane axes like this, or there was little tiny axes. The cool thing about axes is that they're a lot cheaper than swords. Swords were basically like a Rolex, so 99% of people could not actually afford one. Axe is much cheaper and it's way better at bashing through armor, so it's just kind of a win-win. Another popular weapon that Vikings like to use is a spear, but spears kind of suck in this game, so I chose the axes. We got a big one and a small one. So I'll explain everything a little bit more in depth, all the equipment and all that. So what we got here is the hand axe. Now, this is probably the best axe in the game just because it has that super fast hatchet moveset. It's kind of like the shamshir of axes, and this is something a Viking would use. They would just grab a wood cutting axe if that was what was available. Like I said, very few people actually had swords, so axe is a way more sensible choice. Like a king might have a sword, but that's mostly just a way to flex wealth. A sword isn't actually that good of a weapon on a battlefield scenario. Now we've got our big axe here. This is way too big to actually be wielded by a normal person. A traditional Dane axe would be like 10% of the size of this, especially the axe head. It's ridiculous, but it was the closest thing I could find, so we went with that. It's the Crescent Axe. Got a nice R2, but I'm pretty much buffing everything with Braggart's Roar anyway, which changes the R2s. I feel like the Roar Ashes of War are the most grounded in reality. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a Viking. He yells, he gets mad, he does special R2s. And, the Roar R2s are just really fun and really good. So I always feel like this is the most optimal way to do a historically accurate build. Here we got the Viking shield. Now, Vikings use shields just like this. They were cheap, shitty, made out of wood. They don't cost a lot to produce. They're not hard to produce. You get a bunch of arrows stuck in the shield, then you discard it, or it just gets broken. That's typically how they would do it. They would have a whole bunch of these just laying around, and they pick them up and use them as needed. Now, the chainmail here is not exactly right. It's an approximation of what an upper middle class Viking would have at the time. These little straps are kind of funky. A lot of Vikings didn't even have any armor. They would just, have a gambeson or, regular garments. This chainmail shit was about the best there was in the day for them to use, and only the really wealthy Vikings would typically have actual armor. Nasal helmets were pretty standard for every fighter at the time. They were just the best, most optimal thing. Now, this helmet is not historically accurate at all. It's actually kind of funky. I don't like it, but it's the closest approximation that I could get to a nasal helmet. It's good enough. It almost looks like Eastern in a way. but you know, we can settle for that. And yeah, that's all the gear. Is this build good? It's okay. You know, it's nothing special. It doesn't have all my anti-overleveled phantom measures that my Tarnish Hunter build has in this game, you know, so it can be difficult to use, but for the immersion, for the historical accuracy, it's pretty fun. Here's my talismans. I just tried to optimize everything as best I could, and it turns out to be a decent build. Here's the stats. We are playing at level 40 because level 40 is the most historically accurate level, the least amount of lasers and spam and bullshit. Yeah, let's take it into invasions. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're cool, and dislike if you dislike it, or just don't fucking do anything. Have a good rest of your life. Fire in the hole! Damn, that's a lot of boys, huh? Oh. Man, you better quit it. It's not funny. Quit fucking throwing shit. That's not historically accurate. Piece of shit. I press L2. L2 is so fun. Oh, there's a blue. That's tons of fun. They definitely needed a blue, yeah. God forbid they deal with an invader for 30 seconds. An invader with a fucking shitty build, too. God forbid you be challenged ever. Right, Miyazaki? I'm kind of stuck here. If I go down, they won't go down with me, so I have to stay up here. Got you, bitch. Thanks for playing. Oh, Sacred Blade, my favorite. Oh, a little bit of lag going on. Stop it. Not funny. It's not funny. This is not very historically accurate. Piece of shit. Yeah, get out of here. Sacred Blade number 3, I think. Count the Sacred Blades. Bye-bye. Get shredded. Drunk mad. Drunk smash. You really gonna swing out a hitstone like that? I think we got 5 Sacred Blades. The most spammed Ash of War, by the way. Yep, he gonna mash out a hitstone. So I know what to do. Brother, what are you doing? You tried. Have to find another monster. I'll be looking for a troll or something. That fucking spear is so annoying because it's quiet. You don't hear it coming. So much bleed. Shit. Damn, dude, you're fucking bad. Holy shit. Jump attack. We like jump attack. I do a jump attack all day. That's all I know how to do. Jump attack. Jump attack, so funny. The fuck out of here. Jump attack. What will you do when your one move doesn't work? Damn, his net's fucking bad too. Jump attack. Jump attack, so funny. The fuck out of here. Oh, you're gonna do little pew-pews at me, huh? That's not historically accurate. Oh no. L2 juggling. I'll beat your fucking ass. You know, I'll get out my big axe. How about that? Bonk. Bonk. How you like that? Fucking weeaboo. Stop it. Quit mashing. Damn, you did not level Vicar, did you? You stupid fuck. Goddamn weeaboos. How are we doing? Oh, what is that? Oh, what is that? This is level 40, you piece of shit. You deserve nothing but the worst. Quit mashing out a hit stun, Jesus Christ. Get some help. The fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, everything. Got the over-leveled summon. The over-leveled aura. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that L2. You fucking piece of shit. We don't do that at level 40, you scum fuck. Get him! Get him! Oh my god. That was completely fucking based. And that's what you get for bringing him into my fucking game. Fuck you. Bonk. Man, you better quit spamming L2, you fucking bot. I'd like to play the game sometime today. Alright, I'll wait till you guys are ready. That guy's over leveled as fuck. Everybody's over leveled. It's the new hip cool thing to do. Is to be an over leveled piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here, dumb bitch. Oh shit. Wow. I got pretty lucky right there, huh? God, how is your net this terrible? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess Miyazaki spared me from the bad net.